Welcome back. In my lessons here at Britsent, I've noticed some vocabulary that students often confuse. So I'm here to help. There are 8 terms to compare and contrast, so grab a pen and let's begin. Wage and salary. So wage actually refers to your hourly pay, and usually at the end of the month we collect or receive our wages. Meanwhile, our salary is our annual or yearly pay. So we discuss salary when applying for a job or asking for a pay rise. For example, politicians are discussing changes to the minimum wage. Politicians are discussing changes to the minimum wage. His salary has gone up since he moved to London. His salary has gone up since he moved to London. Of course, you can simply refer to your pay, which can be used to replace both wage and salary. However, it's more informal. For example, they offered me the job, but I turned it down because of the pay. They offered me the job, but I turned it down because of the pay. Lecture and lesson. Okay, so lectures are usually attended by university students. That's because a student does not participate in a lecture. They arrive, they sit down, listen, and maybe take notes. We can also use lecture as a verb when our parents or boss wants to criticize us. And with this, we shouldn't respond. We must simply listen. On the other hand, a lesson usually involves student participation, questions, activities, etc. So when it comes to learning English, you should attend a lesson and not a lecture. For example, I arrived late to my lecture and had to sit at the front. I arrived late to my lecture and had to sit at the front. I can practice using lots of slang in my lessons at Britsent. I can practice using lots of slang in my lessons at Britsent. Birth and be born. This may surprise you, but students of all levels slip up when discussing when or where they were born. Only a mother can give birth to someone, so only use birth to discuss the specific process of labour. We cannot say, I was birthed. For example, it took her a few weeks to recover from the birth of her first child. It took her a few weeks to recover from the birth of her first child. They planned a home birth, but she ended up giving birth at the local hospital. They planned a home birth, but she ended up giving birth at the local hospital. So, a person, a concept of movement is, was, or will be born. For example, we were born on the same day. How freaky. We were born on the same day. How freaky. He was born in the 60s. He was born in the 60s. Own or raise. This confusion occurs when referring to pets. The phrase, when I was younger, I raised a dog, sounds quite unnatural. In this case, it's more common to own or have a pet. That's why we refer to people as pet owners. For example, do you own any pets? Do you own any pets? Yeah, I have 2 cats. So when do we use raise? Firstly, with children, when we take care of them from birth. We also raise animals agriculturally to produce meat or breed the animal. For example, he raises cattle like his father. He raises cattle like his father. We were raised to have respect for our elders. We were raised to have respect for our elders. Angry and upset. These terms are often used together, which should let you know they are not synonyms. Angry is the easiest to define. Somebody is very annoyed and reacting in a hostile way. Upset is more emotional. We're likely to assume a person is sad, crying, very worried, or disappointed. Quite often, both terms can be used. However, they describe two very different reactions to a situation. For example, my boss was angry that we missed the deadline. My boss was angry that we missed the deadline. She was upset that she lost the race and angry with herself. She was upset that she lost the race and angry with herself. Handy and convenient. So what I tend to see is overuse of the term convenient. These terms are easily confused because sometimes they are used interchangeably. Let's look at an example. There's a supermarket opposite my house, which is handy. Handy is an informal term which describes something useful. We feel lucky to have it. If we change our example, there's a supermarket opposite my house, which is convenient. In this case, we're highlighting that it's nearby and easy to access due to its location. We use convenient to describe something that meets someone's needs, but also causes the least amount of difficulty. For example, shall we meet tomorrow? What time would be the most convenient for you? Should we meet tomorrow? What time would be the most convenient for you? This app makes shopping online more convenient. This app makes shopping online more convenient. In both of these examples, handy would not be appropriate. Apply for and to. This has caused confusion for a number of my students when describing a job, university, or scholarship application. The basic rules of for and to apply in this case. For describes our motivation and the purpose of the application. To refers to the direction, in this case, the person or company we are sending the application to. For example, I applied for a new job. I applied for a new job. I applied to King's College London for a place on their master's programme. I applied to King's College London for a place on their master's programme. Fall over and fall down. We've all been there. Falling in public is extremely embarrassing. In this case, fall over is more appropriate. This means we've tripped over something whilst walking or running. For example, I fell over in front of everyone at my graduation. I fell over in front of everyone at my graduation. She fell over a shoebox someone had left in the hallway. She fell over a shoebox someone had left in the hallway. Fall down focuses on the downwards motion. So we can fall downstairs or collapse to the ground, usually due to exhaustion or illness. That's why we use it more commonly for objects which drop from their fixed position, like a poster, a sign, or a tree. For example, I broke my arm falling down the stairs. I broke my arm falling down the stairs. She was so upset, she fell down crying. She was so upset, she fell down crying. prepare something, get something ready, prepare for something. Prepare something is not that common in British English. We're more likely to use get something ready or use a more specific verb. However, common collocations include prepare dinner, prepare a document, and prepare oneself. However, when we take actions in order to be ready for something, we must add for. We do not prepare an exam, we prepare for an exam. Let's compare. My lawyer is preparing the documents and he'll send them tomorrow. My lawyer is preparing the documents and he'll send them tomorrow. I've been preparing for this marathon for 2 months. I've been preparing for this marathon for 2 months. Whew, that was a lot. Keep up with Britsent on YouTube and Instagram for more great content. Which terms do you confuse? We'll be responding to our first comments, so let us know below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.